Earlier in our discussion, you talked about the communication being very important. And there are some in North Canton that say that communication between citizens who come to council meeting and council, it's not what it ought to be. Do you agree or disagree with that?
So I feel that, first off, not many people attend our meetings, unfortunately.
Right.
I was actually really disappointed when we had the superintendent come. You know, I had a couple people reach out to me that didn't quite like my stance and offered me to meet with the superintendent. And fortunately, we scheduled him to be at that meeting, or they had scheduled for him to attend. And I was so excited that we were going to get this great turnout. And it was really school officials and employees and us regulars that are always there. So it was kind of disappointing, because the people that are complaining or don't feel they're heard aren't even coming to meetings. The handful that do, I feel the 5-minute with the stoplight and everything, I think it's good to keep an agenda and keep things moving. And I apologize, I talk with my hands all the time. But I think the timeline's important. I think that they are listened to. I just don't feel that enough people are out there being vocal or addressing what they complain about outside of those four walls. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think you were at the meeting on Monday night.
I was.
And which was a work session.
It was.
And there is no citizen input at work sessions.
Correct.
Do you think that's the right format, or you think it should be different?
And you know, I'm trying to remember back. I personally think if it's a public meeting, we should enable a certain time frame to have citizens speak.
Even at work sessions?
I do. I mean, if a work session is public and your community members are coming in, if they have questions or input, I do think they should have a little bit of time on the floor, whether it's the 5 minutes, we start at the beginning, or do it at the end as a wrap up. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that's time frame, and you've got to really be really good at organization and keep that agenda moving. So that's something we could look at and work through. But yes, I do. I feel like when they're public, open meetings, that your people that take the time to come to those meetings should have the opportunity to speak.